Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with the man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real, still the real Anthony D. And your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezie. Party people in the place to be. What's good? It's number one chief, Rock Knicks Universe. Your main man, Uncle Freezie. I'm joined by the man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Still, the real Anthony D is in the building. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Salute, Nick Nation, Uncle Freezie. Him still not easy.
Sure.
How we
for
doing?
Sure. I got
how
an ice.
How we doing, Mr. Champagne? Mr. Champagne Campaign. How we doing?
Hey, we still the champs, bro.
You know what? Funniest thing you said that. We still the champs.
Yeah, still the champs, bro. Lady asked me if you want a Long Island iced tea. I was like, no, I want the blue drink. What is that? The blue drink? Blue and A, man. Orange tears, man. Orange and blue. That's all I'm doing.
Orange and blue, baby.
I was blue motorcycles, man. I had a swamp with them last night.
You see what it is? JV. So let's get back to this conversation that we was having before you hit go. What is it with you and male group singers that you just are not like too enthralled about?
Yeah, so it's like and this
is R&B we talking about, right?
Yeah. R&B / soul, black music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is I'm not bashing say the Four Tops. I love the Four Tops. I love the Four. Levi is like the greatest lead singer of all time, and them brothers was loyal to each other to the end. Like, no, it wasn't no weird discourse where people leaving the group. The Four Tops stayed together for the whole 60 plus years, bro. They stayed together. Love the Four Tops. And I especially love them in their later years, like in the early 80s. I love the Four Tops in the early 80s, right? Back when they weren't charting that much, but they songs, when you listen to them, bro, like the music changed and they changed a little bit. So did like the Temptations. But man, I think that was a sweet spot for me. Like that New Edition era, early New Edition DeBarge era, early in the 80s. I think the Four Tops was in a bag. If you mature, if you older, you'll dig it, right? It's just the groups from the 60s. Like, I don't know if I like the Platters or the Contours or, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the 40s. That's the 50s.
Well, 50s, yeah, especially, yeah. So I don't know. That wasn't really my preference. My preference is, and not being disrespectful to the other option, right? My preference is Sam Cooke, Jackie Wilson, Wilson Pickett, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye in that 60s era. I just loved how the lead singer could command the stage by himself.
I think this speaks to you. Not you as a child never liked to share your toys. You don't want to. If you was up there, you'd be like, I don't need these other four motherfuckers. Get out of here.
Yeah, what y'all doing up here, man?
You need a Bobby Brown. just rip off your shit and be like, I'm gonna sing my prerogative until it's my prerogative.
I'm gonna sing my prerogative for 2 hours back to back.
Back to back. See, that's your problem, Freezie. You can't appreciate, what it takes. And of course, I'm joking, but it takes something to be a group. And since we just talking about male groups and male R&B groups, there's never been a group, R&B, jazz, whatever, that's ever stayed together. Not a one.
Okay.
Gospel, pick 'em.
Right.
Not a one, because when you're in a group, you gotta put, at some point in time, you gotta put I aside for we, for team.
Right.
You understand? Look at, what's my group in the 70s? Oh my God, you know who I'm talking about. They had the lead, he wasn't the original lead singer, but he came, what was his name? Felipe.
Oh, you talking about Felipe Wynn from the Spinners. That's when the conversation get weird.
From the Spinners.
See, that's when the conversation get weird. See, I said the 60s. When we're talking about the 70s, I absolutely love the male groups. The Spinners is one of my favorite groups. I just don't like the crackly sound of the 60s and with the groups and all that stuff. If it's going to be that crackly, early, gritty sounding, I just like Sam Cooke, Born by the River, and a little tent.
How do you not like, let's look at New Edition. And I'm talking about New Edition after Bobby Brown, right? When you have, they bring in a new lead singer who is a singer.
Right.
Johnny Gill is a singer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at the correlation. David Ruffin is a singer.
Right. Yeah.
You understand? You bring in Ruff, and now you complete that dynamic for the 60s. My girl is in the 60s.
Right.
You understand? So, and then you have to, and then all of a sudden, like in anything else, like the preacher, since we on Sunday, you gravitate to the lead singer. And then he gravitates to himself. Because there's no probably worse, and rest in peace, because I love David Ruffin. There's probably no worse lead singer in the history of once, because once he got on, it was on.
It was on, right.
Okay? He was Rick James before Rick James.
Yeah.
And then you got to deal with that. You heard him? You wish you could work it like me, Otis.
Right.
Right. What you got to say, Blue? What? You ain't got nothing to say, do you, Blue?
Yeah, right.
These are the
architects.
Whatever you say, Otis. These are the architects of the group. If we were to follow the movie line, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Knicks fans, as I see Knicks fans is rolling.
Right. Now we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
But as so many of you are music lovers, of course, like Uncle Freezie and myself. But back to the point, it takes a lot to have to, because here's the first thing: you got to share your money. And if you weren't one of the ones who wrote the songs, if you didn't produce the record, arrange, of so on and so on and so on, you just the artist. You waiting to go on tour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everything on tour is recoupable.
Yeah.
So it takes. There's a reason why they don't stay together. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you saw in the 5 Hard Beats with Leon again. I can't compete with this pretty boy. He taking all the women. He coming in here taking all the women. right?
Right.
All of a sudden, you fighting for all the same women.
Right.
And some of y'all are sleeping with the same women.
Yeah.
And catching feelings and so forth and so forth.
Yeah.
That's my favorite scene of the five, or my second favorite scene of the 5 Heartbeats. That man ran down and started,
Yeah.
Like, Leon, what are you doing?
Yeah. That was great. That's a great movie, bro.
Leon went, hold me. You'll be in your arms. You
talk about a great movie.
I love that movie. Oh my God, the 5 Heartbeats. That's a classic. I don't even know if he knew that he had gold like that.
The impact. There's no way he knew that. There's no way.
No.
There's no way he knew that.
Because it's not an original story.
Nah.
It's just, I mean, as far as cinema-wise, you know, you've seen, you know, we had already seen, you know, from the girl side, Sparkle and, you know, things like that. But once
that was another great movie.
That's oh my God, I can't even.
Philip Michael Thomas is.
I can't watch. I can't watch Sparkle to the. Is another one of those. I can't watch that to the end. I cut off somewhere.
Bro, oh my God, yeah.
When Lynette McKee, who was the original light-skinned chick in the 60s and 70s, and I mean all wavy hair down to the side, long.
Good hair. She had good hair. Like we used to say.
Good Sunday press curl.
Yeah.
Right? When she starts this, when she's on Strung Out and she begins to sing oh my God, I can't remember the song that she's singing. She's crying and I'm like, oh Lord, I can't. Stop right here. Right here. Stop it right here. I'm done.
Right.
When they remade that movie, I was so upset. You can't remake that.
Nah, you can't. You can't
remake. You can't. So it's a lot, Freezie, to the point.
Well,
you don't know what it is until you don't know, because we watch all of these documentaries, right? And it all starts off with we're all sleeping in the same room. We're all, you know, we got $5 and we're gonna buy 10 burgers and everything, and then somewhere, somehow, you lose your consciousness.
Yeah.
You lose what you know is right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You are no longer your brother's keeper.
Right. Fame and fortune. Fame, fortune, access. You start getting access to stuff you never had access to before. You know? And it kind of, that's why I love the Four Tops, bro. And it's no disrespect to anybody that ever did it. And like in the 60s, but my main thing though is my ear, and this is maybe this is my personality. Maybe I'm one of those people that is enveloped by primacy. Like I feel like the world got to be about one person. Maybe I'm like that. I don't want to be that way. But man, you couldn't tell. I saw my aunt. Man, I saw my auntie. We was at the beach. You know how at the beach they have the tiki huts where you can go sit at the bar.
Right.
And they have TVs up there and have fans blowing. She was telling the story like, she was like, you don't have no hair now, huh? I was like, nah, my hair been gone like 20 years. And she was like,
you started off the conversation.
Because she older, bro. You got older people talking to you, bro.
That shit.
You got aunties, bro.
It's the emasculation of it with no remorse.
Right. And
you know I know I gained a little weight. I don't need you to tell me.
Right. Yep. I was gonna get to that part too. I was gonna get to that part also. Right.
Oh, that's round 2.
Right. That's chapter 2. Right. And she was like, you don't have no hair no more. Right. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, nah. And she was like, I remember when you used to swear up and down, you was Jackie Wilson. And I was like, Auntie, I still think I'm Jackie Wilson.
Fried, died, and laid to the side.
yes, man. Jackie Wilson was my guy, and I just like the lead singer guy. I like Billy D. Williams at the top of the stairs. You know what I'm saying? I like stuff like that. Like I like, you know what I'm saying? I like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang when he was upstairs with Robin Givens. Like I like stuff like that.
You too caught up in the cinematic. You like them old spaghetti western movies when the camera goes right up to the dude's face, bang, and turns around and goes right up to the dude's face, bang. Like you like all that bombastic. I get you.
But that's my preference. Like others have preference. Like they like harmonies. They love harmonies and choreography, right? Some people just like that. Like and for me, it ain't no big deal. Like if you're a fan of, say, a group like the Dramatics, you know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against the Dramatics. I like the Dramatics. I like the groups of the 70s, right? But I just don't like the groups of the 60s, which sound weird. But these groups are different. You
don't like Smokey Robinson and the Miracles? Oh my God.
Hey man.
Cruising. You don't like Smokey Robinson and what?
I don't like them groups that used to be like on the
He is the original Al B. Shore.
Yeah.
Smokey Robinson, 89 years old out here, still doing it.
Still doing it, bro.
Still doing it. On half a leg.
He's still out here trying to look your grandma in the eyes.
On half a leg.
Right.
You do know that Parliament Funkadelic starts in the late 60s.
And you saw what they looked like in the 60s, right?
But they come from that era.
I know that's the era that I don't like groups from, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But when you like them, my thing is, by the time the meal is served, you love it. You don't like the smell of it when it's getting done, and you want to go out, you want to go do something else. But by the time it gets to the 70s, by the time it turns to, but they got that training from Motown.
That might be it. Maybe I didn't like early Motown.
You know what I'm saying? Well, it's a generational thing, I think. You know what I'm saying? It's like asking some of these youngsters today to tell you about Motown. What? Yeah. They wouldn't be able to do it. Early on, you keep it a buck.
I just think the groups in the 70s had personality. Like in the 60s, everybody looked the same. Like you just got a package. And I don't mean all the groups look the same. I mean every member in the group looked the same. Where in the 70s, you look at the Dramatics, they cool. They doing videos on the streets of Philadelphia, and all these dudes look different. And you can tell who's singing where. And so you can tell, like, the Dramatics are different. I'll get the Delphonics. Right? The Delphonics, right? And I don't mean to offend nobody, because if you're sensitive about the Delphonics, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe we can, But when you saw them in the 70s, like you saw Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, they were more, they had more attraction. Like you looked at them and was like, yeah, I want to be them. Especially that dude, the light-skinned dude in Harold Melvin and Delphonics hitting them notes. When Teddy was like, you like that light-skinned dude was singing for his life. That dude can't sing with Teddy.
Well, to that point, Freezie, I don't know if I definitely don't think I agree with you there, because remember, in the 50s and into the 60s or whatever, it is not usual to see black people on TV.
Right.
On prime time TV. Like, for those of you, and this is not even my era, but because I love history so much and I've looked at all these things, the Ed Sullivan Show was it.
It, bro.
Like, Ed Sullivan picked up the phone and your career was gone.
Yeah.
You were out of there.
Yeah.
You made the Ed Sullivan Show. That was it. This is before Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Right? This is before Johnny Carson. You made the Ed Sullivan Show.
You were out of here.
So when you see in the movie, you know, when you see you see the Temptations and they're singing and My Girl is coming on, they're don 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 don.
Yeah,
And they're doing this on Ed Sullivan
right.
in front of the entire nation.
Right.
Who don't want to be Temptations at that time? Who don't want to press curl?
Right. I prefer Treat Her Like a Lady Temptations.
Who don't? Well, I prefer, you know, Papa Was a Rolling Stone as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Me too. It starts because remember their grind is not like anyone else's grind at Motown. They were called the hitless temps for a long time.
For a long time, bro.
You talk about these are grown men with children, wives.
Right.
They out here, you know, working the plant in the day and recording at night.
And recording at night. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So their grind, you know, like a lot of those people until, you know, but them in particular, since we were talking about them, their grind is, you know, and then singers come, you know, singer comes, goes, and then they finally find the sync with Ruffin, and then it's out of there. But I get it. I think
the groups of the 70s could express themselves more.
Well, it's a different era because you're going into, you know, Motown is kind of slowly breaking up. Sax Records, they're like breaking up. A lot of these independent, these producers, and now they're like, the sound is going other places.
And technology has improved so much.
And technology has improved now.
Right, where you get better quality and it's cheaper to record.
Yeah, so now you got like, look at the Delphonics in the 70s.
Yeah, them right? The Spinners, yeah.
And look at the Spinners in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the Stylistics in the 70s.
The Stylistics.
You look at the Isley Brothers in the 70s.
Yeah, me and the Isleys don't get along, bro.
You may be the only one that don't get along with them. Yeah. But when they drop Footsteps in the Dark, who's making a sound like that? Nobody has a sound like that at that time.
Yeah, Chris Jasper.
So technology then sent what was the 60s, you know, of we all kind of hear with the band, a house band, it's changing to now keyboards, and the Roger Zapp is now about to take off, and you know, that whole sound. But you know, well, here we are, Freezie. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do the super chat real quick. Well, I'm gonna do the super chat real quick before we set the conversation on fire, because today's topic is gonna be crazy. Right. Hey, Donald Ken, thank you for the generous contribution. Donald Ken says, Uncle Freezie, I'm crazy because I keep rewatching the finals. And for AD, I'm happy you have been smiling ear to ear. It's a wonderful thing. Amen, brethren.
I can't take it off my face.
Amen. Amen. Can't erase it.
I can't take it off my. I need it's. Go ahead, Freezie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I can't take it off my face.
Right, bro.
I watch. Oh God! I watch them all. Every angle, every cinematic, every call. I've seen it all a million times already.
From every player, from every camera angle. You know what I'm saying? I even watched the one that was in German.
I'm damn near trolling now.
And okay? AD, and here's the thing. You know why I'm doing it? Because when we were going through pain, I was still watching it. I would call AD and like, AD, man, I just watched Game 6, 94. Remember that? I hit you up
like a 3-hour conversation on one quarter. Stocks and just there's Ewing sliding to the just hit Ewing.
Yeah, Pat just go up strong. Pat
3 hours on just hit Ewing.
Just stop, Pat. Don't pump fake them, man. Just go straight up. They're gonna call the foul. Like legit having those conversations, right? But now that we the champs, I just reverse the energy and just put it back the same. I probably watch it even more because I used to torture myself with the Charles Smith under the rim, right? I used to torture myself with that, right? I used to torture myself with Kurt Thomas getting destroyed by Tim Duncan and David Robinson in '99. I used to torture myself with that, right? And now I'm just watching it in a more beautiful lens, right? Thank you for the generous contribution. He says, was at that MSG yesterday. Awesome. Cat, JB, Halliburton. They brought out the trophy. It's beautiful in person. You can see it from a mile away. Wow. Yeah, man. Tory B in the building. Salute.
Salute, Tory B. Tory B, stop hiding. You got to come up here one of these days. Stop
playing.
That's just, I mean, I feel like Brunson a little bit. It's like you have no words. You just have no words. You can't, like when I see some of those old games, because the feed will just keep rolling until it rolls to whatever. And I'm like, this morning, something came on with Hartenstein, and I quickly moved it. Whoop.
Right.
No disrespect. I love him. Great. He had a great 2 years here, a great run, but it just don't feel the same. It's like having lemonade without sugar.
Right.
That's not lemonade.
Right. It's lemon juice.
It's lemon juice.
Flip
it around, like having, without the lemon. That's not lemonade. That's sweet tea. That's pure diabetes.
Yes. Pure sugar.
You know what I'm saying?
Sugar. Absolutely. In its worst form.
You know what it is, Freezie? With this win, it's like the biggest exhale you can imagine, because those demons have been released.
Yeah.
Forever and ever and ever. I don't have to watch the Larry Johnson 4-point play anymore and wonder off in my mind that we really won it. Lie to myself like so many of you did, and up until the championship, you walk off of that good feeling, then you watch Game 6 and you watch Allen Houston, do his thing,
right?
And then you draw a blank after that,
right?
Because you know what happens. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wherever in history you want to go outside of the 70s, that's just what it was.
Yeah.
And to finally be able to be like, oh yeah, but all right, go to Game 5 real quick.
Right.
Go to Game 5 real quick.
Right, because those are not our championship moments anymore. Those were our fake championship moments.
Those were our holding place moments.
Yep.
Holding place. You were there when Larry hit the 4-point play.
And that play go from being a top 10 Knicks play of all time to probably top 25. And it's not because the play got worse. It's because you added more plays to the time. You added OG finger, the hand of God play, OG Anunoby. Bro, the Knicks are down 104 to 100 to the Spurs, and Jalen Brunson sides up Wemby and knocked down the 3 to cut it to 1. And Mike Breen is like, bang, bang. And you have been waiting your entire life
for that bang.
Mike Breen to say bang.
For that bang.
Yep.
For that.
Yep.
Bang.
Yep. You had been waiting your entire life for Mike Breen to say bang in the NBA Finals for the Knicks, and it happened. And you can, when Brunson hit that three, it looked like Tory B say, it looked like the lights went out in Spurs' eyes. Like it was over for them, and they had to lead. They was up by one, and the lights went out, bro. They had to lead. All they had to do was play defense, but the dagger was so crazy, bro. Like, and so you got plays like that, and you got the OG dunk on Wemby in the finals where he just raised up and dunked on the alien. Like you got all these plays. You got the Mikal Bridges 3 in game 1 when Jalen Brunson had an awful shooting game and Bridges and Shamet came through in the clutch. You had all those moments, bro. So yeah. So Larry Johnson, I apologize for your 4-point play going from probably the third greatest play of all time to like number 21. But it's not because your play got worse. It's because we added other players, bro. I mean other plays.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. Like you just oh my God. So I was so emotional a while ago, yo. Oh my God. You just put it for that bang, Freezie. We've been waiting our entire life for our guy in the finals talking about us.
Right.
Right? Where it started, on the local level with the Knicks until, he just gradually grew into, a great broadcaster and got onto the national scene and so forth. But we never was able to get that bang.
Right. When
you hear him on the OG call, it's good.
Bro.
Like you damn near want to fall. You damn near want to fall over. I want to fall over right now, all over again.
Right now, bro. Right now.
I want to fall over right now.
Right. Like right now, bro. That's why when you sent the topic to me, I was like, I don't know, AD, because on the surface, it looks exactly that. Right. But then because I overthought it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I overthought it. Like when you sent it to me, I was like, nah, this can't be real life right here. Like, why would he send this to me? Is there something else that he holding back for Sunday morning? Right. And so when I thought about like, oh shoot, hold on for a second, man. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Freezie's getting it together, having a little technical difficulties or so. But yeah, like just to go back to my point of the bang, like who else in the chat really felt it like that? You know what I mean? Like we've been waiting. Yeah, we just been waiting. I'm sorry, I thought you was going along. Like we just, I'm still in the moment. I'm just still there. You know what I'm saying? We finally got our moment that everything aligned the way we, not even our wildest dreams we ever dreamt that.
Right.
Like if you'd have asked me who would have made the play, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. I would have said Brunson.
I know. Right.
I'd have said Brunson because that's what he does. I'd have said Brunson.
Right.
But as much as we're going to, we've talked about him and we're going to continue to talk about him, to the point of the Larry Johnson play no longer being in that place anymore, in the pantheons anymore, it's because Jose Alvarado has two of them.
You feel me?
Jose Alvarado has two of them right now by himself.
Right.
The three, if you count the pass to OG.
Yeah. 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 Bro, there was so many. This is the thing that I was saying, AD. Like when you go back, when you look at the way the championship run developed, there were some moments in the Atlanta series that were like 3 months ago that we forgot. Like we forgot about we forgot about point center Cat. Like all of a sudden, Cat is Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like the play where Cat pump faked the ball, the pass to the corner, and then OG cut back door, and then Cat hit him, cut into the rim, and OG just dunked two hands. It was the back breaker, bro. I'm talking about the back breaker, and like all these
back breaker,
bro. The Landry Shamet 3 in game 1 that went around and around and fell through, and basically sealed the game for the Knicks, bro.
Yeah,
there were so many moments, bro. Like as a Knicks fan, our top 25 greatest Knicks players of all time really didn't have a lot of moments that we can remember. Like we talking about the Allen Houston shot against Miami, right? Game 5 to get Miami out of there, right? You talking about the Starks dunk, right? You talking about Pat standing on the stands with his arms out wide because they finally slayed the dragon, right?
Right.
The Larry Johnson 4-point play, the Latrell Sprewell fourth quarter against Charlotte, right? Like there are some, but you're like, hey man, some of these maybe don't necessarily,
this is no disrespect to those plays. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna always identify with what was going on in your life at that time. Whether it was good or bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If as a Knicks fan, you could be able to see I was doing this, that. We may not have won it, but this is what was going on in my life, my son,
right.
my daughter, my this, my dad, my graduation, my dad.
Right.
So it's for those reasons, those plays and those moments are always going to be special.
Super special, bro.
Super special, but beyond that,
bro, I'm saying in chat, this is what me and AD are talking about. Not just to play on the floor, but we're saying stuff like, okay, Rudy Giuliani is the mayor. He's probably the most popular person in the city. You know what I'm saying? Because of his
really?
I'm saying that because of his mob busting. Remember the mob busting Giuliani, and be like, whatever. Giuliani's the mayor. Maybe your favorite song was out. Maybe you loved that Busta Rhymes, Janet Jackson song that was out. We're gonna something. You know what I'm saying? The Janet Buster song, and the Knicks are wearing the blue uniforms with the thick black piping on it, with the numbers on it, and it's like all these things happening at once.
Well, 99 was weird because if you remember in 99, the talk, because there's always a sensational topic that somehow, some way, Americans can garner and it'll take life of its own. Remember Y2K?
I remember Y2K. All these things.
Yeah, we were the Y2K Knicks.
Right. These are the things I'm talking
about. Y2K Knicks.
And you remember Indiana had been, and what people don't remember in 99, Indiana was crowned. Right? Nobody knew the Spurs was going to be that good, right? The Spurs were good. Nobody knew that they were going to be that good, right? Nobody knew it was the beginning of a dynasty. That's why I'm saying, Knicks fans, we may be at the beginning of a dynasty, but you just don't know it yet, right? That just is food for thought. That's another topic. But Indiana came out. Remember, Indiana went to the pinstripe uniforms?
Yes.
And they were crowned to be this thing. Oh my God, who's gonna stop, man? Indiana's defense is, and us as the very tricky 8 seed because we were 8 seed and shouldn't have been. Right, we probably should have been the 3 seed. A lot of stuff happened that year. We were the 8 seed, lucky to get in. We, knew blah blah blah. Right, but the Knicks defeat in the end. The Knicks go on a run where they defeat like these teams, and it's like people are thinking like this has got to be destiny because this don't happen. I know I got a lot of homeboys that felt like, oh, the Knicks playing who in the first round? Who the Mets playing tomorrow? Right, that was their thought.
Facts.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And so the 99 Magic Carpet Ride was a magic carpet ride, bro. Right, but and even though it had a lot of great moments in it, I can't legitimately say, as an honest Knicks fan, that looking back because 99 was my season. 94 was my season also. I felt like it should have been the Knicks and the Sonics. The Sonics got upset by the Denver Nuggets in the first round. The Rockets beat the Phoenix Suns. Because I thought it was like, okay, if it's not the Knicks and the Sonics, it's gonna be the Knicks and the Suns. Because remember the Suns.
We were gonna slap Phoenix.
Right.
We were gonna smack fucking Phoenix.
Right, this is what I'm saying, but Mario Elie had something.
Yeah, it was just and I think we touched about it maybe a couple of years ago. That Western Conference Finals, the Rockets were not supposed to be there.
They weren't supposed to be there, right?
They weren't supposed to, especially '94. They weren't supposed to be there.
Yep. It was supposed to be Seattle and Phoenix in the finals, and we would get an entertaining, fast-flowing defensive thing. Barkley against Kemp. This is what we were looking forward to the whole year.
Because they had the weirdest thing. The Rockets couldn't beat Seattle. Phoenix couldn't beat the Rockets. Seattle couldn't beat Phoenix.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you look at them the year before, in '93, game 6 and 7, game 7. I mean, Sean Kemp is one of the best power forwards of his generation. Right. Charles Barkley destroyed him.
Washed them.
You hear me? Charles Barkley destroyed him.
Bro.
Washed him up. He washed up that entire front court.
That Barkley and the Pat Ewing and Charles Barkley, in my mind, had their best career years in the same year. The year we thought Pat could have won the MVP, I also think Barkley could have won the MVP. I didn't think Jordan.
Pat should have won it that year.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But you could have gave it to Barkley as well. But I thought
right,
not because I'm a big fan. I thought Pat won it in '93.
Right.
If you look at if you talk about his just regular season, if you look at the Knicks, I think their last 19 games, they went on like a 17-2 run. They went on a crazy run where he smacked David Robinson, and he smacked just about everybody in his path at the time.
Yep.
But they gave it to they had to get they couldn't keep giving it to Jordan. You could keep giving it to him every year, but it was like, all right, let's do something different.
They gave it to Barkley, and Jordan whining ass retired. Oh, hey, the MVP, I'll quit. But anyway, it didn't happen. It didn't happen like that, but you know what I'm saying? But like when I say 99 is my year, 94 was the year I felt like as long as nothing went wrong, the Knicks could be the NBA champs. If nothing went wrong, like if Pat don't get hurt, if something stupid don't happen, the Knicks are your NBA champs, right? That's what I was thinking the entire year. I was thinking at the beginning of the year, I was thinking the Knicks and Phoenix, because Phoenix had just went to the finals the year before that, and they had brain. The reason why they lost to the Bulls because they had brain farts. Like Kevin Johnson had Charles Barkley wide open under the rim to clinch out game Game 5, I think, in overtime.
4 of I think 5.
Was it? It was 4 or 5.
Because they win Game 3 in like 3 overtimes.
Yeah,
If I remember correctly, they win. So it's 4 because they don't tie it 2-2. They go down 3-1. Then they win Game 5. Then they lose 6.
Yep. And I think Game 4 is the game Charles Barkley had like 43, 23, and 9 or something crazy.
It's the 4 where he goes, but they were just, like I said, it wasn't supposed to, even that year. Look at them, and this is no disrespect to Phoenix, because Phoenix is a good team, but look at Phoenix's team.
Right.
They did good to get 2 games.
They did good to get 2 games, yeah.
Defensively, right? Look at their backcourt. Love KJ.
Yeah.
Thunder Dan Marley.
And Hornacek.
You couldn't combine all 3 of them.
Oh, no, they didn't have Hornacek because they traded Hornacek for Barkley. That's right. My bad.
You couldn't combine all of their backcourt. Perry, all of them, to stop Michael.
Ceballos.
So they were horrible defensively.
Richard Dumas. Yep, they were horrible. Yep.
Defensively, they were horrible.
Yep.
But especially from the backcourt, there's no way they couldn't do nothing with that guy.
Right.
If we couldn't do nothing with him, and we got Starks and Harper and Bonner and
right,
how are they gonna deal with him?
Right. Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, they did good to get 2 games.
Yeah. But the next year though, to your point, the next year, they could just outscore teams. And bro, I watched the Golden State Phoenix Suns game because I love to watch. Back then, I loved to watch point guards go at it. Tim Hardaway versus, so I think it's Sprewell, Mullen, Hardaway against KJ. Eddie, you remember Eddie Johnson? Eddie Johnson.
Come on now.
Yeah, Eddie Johnson, Dan Marley, and man, Golden State was pushing the tempo, and Phoenix was just hitting every shot in sight. Golden State just couldn't guard. Golden State could score, but they just couldn't stop nobody back then. Right? They could score, they just couldn't stop us. So, and Charles, but man,
Don Nelson never believed in defense.
No, no.
If you played, he was D'Antoni before D'Antoni.
Yes. And Golden State had a young power forward out of Michigan named Chris Webber. Charles Barkley might have averaged 62 a game on him, bro.
Destroyed him.
Man.
When they came out with that Nike commercial with him and Sprewell, and this is, and this is where young people today go, well, look what y'all was doing back then, right? The Nike commercial and Barkley doesn't know about it, right? They kind of told him, like, as the season's coming on, he's like, yo, you gonna get that boy killed. Yep. So you gonna get that boy killed.
Yeah.
He said he kept running by Nelly going, yo, Nelly, I think you need to double team me. Nelly was like, no, we're not doing that.
Okay. He gonna score 70.
He had 20. I think he had like 21 in the first quarter. He ran the second quarter. Said, Nelly, you not gonna double team me? Charles, we're not double teaming you.
Okay.
He had like 40. He had like 40 mid third quarter.
Yeah.
Couldn't do nothing with him.
That's the 57-point game.
Yeah, couldn't do. He waxed. He waxed Chris Webber.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, and buts about it. That dude was, we see Charles on TV, and he's outspoken. A lot of times, people don't like what he has to say because we're way more sensitive people today than we were 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So even when things are true, we don't want to hear it.
Right.
But we forget that dude at 6'4", So him and Josh Hart are eye to eye,
Right.
only in height stature. Nowhere near the same types of players. I'm not comparing him, obviously. Just talking about his physical stature, but look at him from the neck down.
Pound for pound, the most explosive athletes
And
ever
to,
played in the
and
NBA.
to be able to play power forward, to go up against Karl Malone. I saw that man dunk on Larry Nance twice in the same game.
You gotta tell everybody
blocked his shot.
You gotta tell everybody who Larry Nance is first, though.
Larry Nance was a demon between the late 70s and into the 80s up to like the early 90s. Larry Nance was a defensive demon. He had an all-around game, but he's one of those names that you don't hear about.
And he was probably the springiest 6'10" guy
yes
I ever saw.
Larry Nance was in the dunk competition way back when.
Yep. He was a guy that had bunnies, bro.
Yeah, at 6'10".
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you got hops, when I say when Charles Barkley's dunking on him, that's someone.
Yeah, that's a name.
Multiple times in a game and blocking his shot.
It ain't like Barkley on Cartwright, bro.
No. That's easy work.
Yeah, that's easy work.
You know what I mean? That dude was different. He was absolutely a force. He could hit threes, he could do whatever the team needed him to do, he could do it. He just didn't have enough horses to win it.
Right.
And by the time he gets to Houston and with Scottie Pippen and his nonsense and a washed up Elijah Wan, you know, he still had good numbers there, but he just like anything else. He got old.
Back injuries derailed Chuck big time.
Yeah, and he got old.
Jumping, he had to start posting up. They made the rule where you couldn't post up 5 seconds. Remember that? Charles Barkley would hold it for the whole 24
because his back, and you know, he no longer, you know, he's a better man than me in this sense. There's no way I'm gonna sit across Draymond Green and let you talk spicy to me in any moment of the conversation. You couldn't carry my job. Nothing.
Right.
You never see me on the court.
Ever.
And Charles, you know, he plays the gentleman.
Right.
The goal is not to look like you in Houston. Look at my numbers in Houston.
Right. Yeah. That's the year, everybody, 94. That year. And so here's the thing. So it was like a three-way thing, like AD mentioned, and then there was the Spurs. David Robinson legitimately is putting up points on a very young team, I think they were. It's Robinson, it's Strickland, I think is there. It's Sean Elliott, it's no, Vernon Maxwell's in Houston. I think he was in San Antonio maybe before that.
Is Danny Manning on that team?
Danny Manning was probably on that team. A bunch of guys, and when Elijah Wan saw David Robinson get that MVP trophy, the look in that man's face at 94, I was like, oh boy. Like, yeah.
Dude, and the thing about it is look at David Robinson's numbers in that game.
Yeah.
See,
he didn't lay down.
This is where numbers don't matter.
Right.
And this is where clips and highlights can distort and how
reality
and how people can frame a narrative.
Yep.
David Robinson didn't lay down in that game. He was just severely outplayed.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? He's severely outplayed. You got a madman as your wingman.
Right.
You got a coach who's not up to par, championship level coach.
Maybe he's Tibbs. You talking about Bob Hill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Tibbs. And they had good records under Bob Hill.
Yeah, they had great, yeah. And they ran great offensive sets with David Robinson would turn the corner. Ron Strickland could turn the corner off the pick and roll. The reason why the year before that they lost to Portland is because Sean Elliott didn't have a man on him, and instead of cutting to the rim, he stayed in the corner. But Ron Strickland threw the bounce pass, anticipating him to cut to the rim and get the dunk, and the ball go out of bounds, and then they lose to the Portland Trailblazers with Hollywood Robinson and those guys on it. You're like, yeah, what is this?
If David Robinson played in today's game, they'd be talking about him the way they talk about Wemby.
Yeah.
Something we've never seen before.
Right.
But with a much more polished face-up game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We forget the Admiral when he got to the league. After taking 2 years off for military service.
I remember how much he used to dunk on Mark Rulin.
He was just he made big men have to run more.
Yeah. They had to sprint the floor.
Yeah,
but because
he had to sprint the floor. He made big men, because if you think about it, the only really athletic big men at that time when he comes into the league is Sampson, Olajuwon, Ewing, Thurl Bailey.
Yeah.
There's a few more. Kevin Willis.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few more that were in prominent roles, but they didn't have his motor.
No.
The closest might have been Ewing, because Ewing comes out of the Georgetown full court press trap system that when Pitino got here, it just reignited what he did in Georgetown. But nobody else had Robinson's sheer athletic choop.
Yep. All game. Yep.
All game.
The Denver Nuggets had a center. I think in that era you talked about like 88, 89, 90, 91. I can't remember his name. Not the white guy, not the older white guy, not Dan Issel, the one after Dan Issel.
I know who you're talking about.
The one before Mutombo. Remember they drafted Mutombo in 91.
I know who you're talking about. His name is God, he's not a young man anymore. His name is skipping me right now. Oh my God, I know who you're talking about. But they were but nothing like him.
But nothing like him, though. Yeah, nothing like him.
You know what I'm saying? And especially just look at David Robinson.
Right.
Especially at that time. That man could probably eat 1,000 cheeseburgers and never gain an ounce.
An ounce, bro. And be shredded.
And be absolutely
shredded, bro.
You know, he just came up against a dude who had a better game and against a team that was, I don't know if the team was better per se, but you know, Houston just had his number that night.
In an era of basketball that was played inside out, Olajuwon being the most dominant two-way player in the league at that time was like the perfect fit. For one, everybody, y'all know I respect Olajuwon, but I do remember him getting the damn Michael Jordan whistle. Like you couldn't touch his ass. Whereas Pat would play the Celtics and Robert Parrish would scrape his fingernails across Pat's chest and wouldn't get him.
Yeah, I think people just didn't, you know, people just didn't play him. There's two Olajuwons, right? There's Akeem and there's Hakeem.
Yep.
Right? Early Olajuwon that comes out of Houston, you know, he was a very selfish, mean guy.
Yeah.
Slapping teammates, slapping players.
Yeah.
I remember, I think against NC State, I can't remember the dude's name at the time, but Olajuwon hit him with an elbow to the throat.
You talking about Lorenzo Charles?
No, this was a big white dude, man.
Oh, I don't.
He hit him with an elbow, and they were just running down.
Was it Tim McCormick?
I think it was Tim McCormick.
Right.
I think it was Tim McCormick in college. He just wham. He would do things like that, and the funny thing is, his contemporaries didn't do him like that way.
Right.
Especially after he converts and, he seems to be more peaceable. It's a hard play, but not a dirty play.
Yeah.
He kind of get into their heads like that. I'm not gonna look. There's things you can do that I can't.
Right.
I can't pirouette around you like a guard.
Right.
That's not my game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to come at you with my game consistently, and hopefully my players can pick up the pieces and so forth. And that's just not what it was for, for teams that were playing him. You can't be serious and put Greg Ostertag on him in Game 7. You're not trying to win. You're not. You're not. You might as well call me and you.
Yeah. I would have never put them Utah Jazz uniforms on, bro. The icy blue mountain ones.
Oh,
yeah, you look like a.
Yeah. Oh my God. You look like a beer commercial. You look
right. Yeah, they're looking like cool white. It's crazy. Let me do the super chat real quick. So Brooklyn, thank you for Jen's contribution. Says so many plays during the run erased the curse of the past. Cavs ECS game 1 comeback erased the Indiana pain. We overcame Hart's Ewing moment. 5-game win and erased 99, etc. Agreed. Yeah.
Oh, Randall Ewing used to eat Blair Rasmussen. Oh my God.
Oh
yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Ewing used to eat that boy for lunch.
Yeah.
That boy for lunch. But yeah, man. I mean, back to our points and so forth. But the earlier when I sent you the message, it was, I think I sent it because I was watching Rivalries. I was watching Rivalries this past week, and how far the game has gone without the rivalries.
Yeah, that's what. You mind if we pick that up next week? Because
absolutely, yeah, we're gonna leave it right there.
Because I think I got about an hour worth of stuff on it, and where I want to start. I'm gonna put this out there as a teaser. Everybody, when I think rivalry, I think St. John's versus Syracuse in the Carrier Dome. Right, that's what I think. When I think rivalries, I think Syracuse versus Georgetown during Hoya Paranoia. That's what I think about when I think rivalries. Right, like these games mean more than the final scoreboard, is what I'm thinking.
All right, well, we'll leave it right there.
All right.
We don't know where this journey started, but once again, we know where it ended. It ended with you, fans of the 2026 and soon to be 2027 world champion New York Knicks. Look for me and Uncle Freezie in the whirlwind. Garvey.
Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with a man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real Anthony D.